As I said, art is never done, and the painting continually is calling for touch-ups whilst I wait for the frame to dry and to be finished. I was thinking this morning about Marco Rubio, and after I watched the first debate, I was thinking to myself, wow, what an awesome team. What an awesome group of people, skilled, gifted, experienced. And my feeling after the first debate was, why don't they swallow their pride, read the handwriting on the wall? It's just obvious. Mr. Trump has just got he's got the chutzpah to go in and grab the steering wheel and stabilize this nation, and then put in place the systems necessary to undo all the stuff that's going on. And obviously it's not going to take a short amount of time. It's going to take a long time. But with a team of qualified people around him, people like those on the stage of that first and second debate, what a difference it would be, rather than them all bickering all the time. And I saw someone like Rubio, young, bright-faced, intelligent, passionate, articulate, and you're like, dude, throw your hat in and just say, let me help you win, Mr. Trump. And then, Mr. Trump can only be president for 2 terms. Mr. Rubio's so young, he could be ready and mentored in that role and be ready to take over when Mr. Trump's done. And then, we could have a Republican presidency for the next 50 years and ensure that by these people who are so skilled and able, instead of bickering and arguing and, insisting that they're the ones that's going to be it, recognize, see the handwriting on the wall, read the handwriting on the wall. And that goes for Mr. Cruz, that goes for Carly Fiorina, Mr. Carson. These guys and this lady, they're awesomely skilled, qualified people, but they're not, or they don't have the leadership skills that Mr. Trump oozes. And it's not about, I started to think and say, like, you have this picture of, people building a pile of dirt and sitting on the top of it, or like, a kid, with a pile of dirt. And Mr. Trump built his own pile of dirt and he sits on top of it, whereas the other folks are far more skilled in managing other people's piles of dirt, whether they've been elected to office or whether they've been, run a company or, operated in an operating theater. All of those things are incredible in their field, but there's this element of building something and being able to run and manage something that gives somebody the skills to actually be able to go into an organization and then read the organization and actually dismantle what needs to be dismantled to then rebuild it. So if you're a builder, you can build and you can unbuild. And I think that that's where, Mr. Trump has the edge on these other candidates. So, I want to encourage them. I want to encourage them and say, Mr. Rubio, Mr. Cruz, Mrs. Fiorina, Mr. Carson especially, unfortunately there was a lot of, angst with even Rand Paul. I thought, had some awesome points. This is America. This is a time for people who want to save this country to band together, swallow your pride, and don't insist on your rights completely. You have to give a little leeway. People are different. Everyone's going to have a different methodology, but you've got to recognize where, I believe God is leading and indicating clearly where the solution is, and get behind it and throw in your gifts and your talents and your skills to be part of the solution, be part of the team to make it happen. At the end of the day, there can be only one leader, and you have to then say, hey, recognize who it is, and, let's win. That's the whole point. So, some of my musings today. Have a great day. God bless you.